There we go. Hopefully it works now. I'm back for a little more adventuring, DM.
Welcome back. I'm glad you're ready for more adventure. How can I assist you today?
Let's see, where'd we leave? Oh, you know what? I think we were gonna go to the Temple of the Last Wisdom. Okay. I would like to gather my companions, Finn, Ilara, and Lyra, and start journeying towards the Temple of Lost Wisdom in search of answers about the Amulet of Eternity.
Certainly. You gather your companions Finn, Ilara, and Lyra, and set off on your journey towards the Temple of Lost Wisdom. The temple is located deep within a dense forest, known for its ancient secrets and mystical aura. As you traverse through the forest, you encounter various challenges and obstacles, such as treacherous paths, hostile creatures, and natural hazards. However, with your combined skills and teamwork, you manage to navigate through them successfully. After a few days of travel, you finally reach the entrance of the Temple of Lost Wisdom. The temple stands tall, its weathered stone walls adorned with intricate carvings and symbols of ancient knowledge. What would you like to do next as you stand before the entrance of the temple?
Alright, doing a correction, because he skipped a lot.
Apologies for the oversight. Let's go back to the city of Valeria and embark on your journey to the Temple of Lost Wisdom, experiencing the challenges and encounters along the way. You gather your companions, Finn, Ilara, and Lyra, and make preparations for the journey. As you set out from the city, the road stretches before you, leading you into the untamed wilderness. The path winds through dense forests, treacherous mountain passes, and meandering rivers, presenting various obstacles and encounters. As you venture deeper into the wilderness, you come across a narrow bridge spanning a chasm. The bridge appears fragile, and its old ropes and planks show signs of decay. What approach do you take to cross the bridge safely? Feel free to describe your actions and make any rolls necessary to overcome the challenges.
Oh, you know, since I gathered those people, I do have my rope back. Let me add that real quick. A rope. And I had 2 of those. Because you never know when I might need to, tie up some more mercenaries. There we go. That's heavy stuff. Okay. So, I gotta think here. What do I want to do? I would like to further investigate the bridge and its safety. I'd usually tell it that I want to make an investigation roll, but I'm gonna see if after I do this correction, if he'll automatically tell me to do one.
My apologies for the oversight. As you approach the bridge, you carefully examine its structure to assess its safety.
Yeah, he does.
Roll an investigation check to determine the condition of the bridge and any potential risks. Please let me know the result of your roll.
Alright, and roll. Oh, heck yeah. Good roll.
With a roll of 19, you carefully inspect the bridge and find it to be in good condition. The ropes are sturdy, and the wooden planks appear to be well maintained. There are no obvious signs of damage or instability. You also notice that there are some additional support beams beneath the bridge, providing extra reinforcement. It seems that the bridge was designed to handle a significant amount of weight and foot traffic. Based on your investigation, you feel confident that the bridge is safe to cross and can support the weight of you and your companions without any issues. What would you like to do next?
I'd like to tell my comrades, after a thorough investigation, I believe the bridge is safe for us to cross. Let's go. Through investigation, I believe the bridge is safe to cross. Let us be off. Oh, I made an oops. I want to damn
Your
it.
companions nod in agreement, reassured by your investigation. With your confirmation that the bridge is safe, you and your party proceed to cross it one by one. The sturdy ropes and planks hold firm beneath your weight, and you make it to the other side without incident. As you continue your journey towards the Temple of Lost Wisdom, the path winds through dense forests and steep hills. The sounds of wildlife fill the air, and occasional rays of sunlight filter through the canopy above. Suddenly, you hear a rustling noise in the bushes nearby. It seems like you're not alone in these woods. What would you like to do?
I'd like to draw my weapon, but can I also roll a perception check to see if I can figure out what it is?
Certainly. Go ahead and roll a perception check to see if you can determine what is causing the rustling noise in the bushes.
Net 20. That's pretty good.
With a natural 20, your perception is heightened to its peak. As you draw your weapon, you focus your senses, keenly observing the surrounding bushes. You notice a slight movement and glimpse a pair of glowing eyes. It becomes clear to you that it's a large wolf, lurking in the bushes, watching you and your companions cautiously.
Ilara, you're attuned to nature, and you like animals. Do you think you can dissuade the wolf from attack? You know, I want to attack the wolf, quite frankly. I haven't had enough combat. I've only had like 2 combat situations, so, you know, I could play it smart, but honestly, I think I'd rather fight it. So, I would like to engage the wolf in combat. Gotta try out my new shield after all.
As you ready yourself for combat, the wolf emerges from the bushes and growls menacingly, its sharp teeth bared. Roll for initiative to determine the order of actions.
Alright, let's see. So I got a 13. Finn got a 14. Whew. Lara got herself a 20. Wow. Man, that's bad luck for the rogue. Lyra is a 4. Finn rolled a 14. Lara rolled a 20. And Lyra rolled a 4. Could you roll initiative for the including any modifiers it has? Sorry, some stuff's easier to
The
type.
initiative order is as follows. Alara, Finn, Gilder of Large Wolf, Lyra, Alara, you're up first. What would you like to do?
DM, what did the wolf roll?
Apologies for the oversight. The Large Wolf rolled a 16 for initiative. Here's the updated initiative order. Alara, Finn, Gilder of Large Wolf, Lyra, Alara, please go ahead and take your turn.
So see, he does make some mistakes. DM, what is the HP and AC of the wolf? We are a level 2 party of 4, so please adjust the difficulty accordingly. You're using 5e rules.
The Large Wolf has 22 hit points and an armor class, AC, of 13. I will adjust the difficulty accordingly based on your party's level.
Cool.
Understood. Here's the order of turns. Alara, Large Wolf, Finn, Gilder of Lyra, Alara, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Sorry, a little faster at typing some of this stuff, so I'm gonna have him decide what Alara does, but roll for her if he
Alright,
lets me.
based on Alara's abilities and the current situation, she will attempt to cast a spell.
Alara
Roll a
doesn't
d20 to
have...
determine the spell's success.
She doesn't... Silly goose. DM. Alara is a level 2 ranger. She doesn't have any spells. She has a longbow, a dagger, and a hand axe. On second thought, I'll decide what she does. I like to shoot the wolf with her longbow.
Apologies for the confusion.
Gonna have her roll.
Please go ahead and roll to hit with Alara's longbow attack.
Rolled a 10. She rolled a 10. Shame. She doesn't hit, despite that huge bonus.
Alara's arrow flies towards the large wolf, but unfortunately, it narrowly misses its target. The arrow whizzes past the wolf and embeds itself in a nearby tree trunk. The wolf snarls, aware of the impending danger. It's now the large wolf's turn. The large wolf lunges towards Alara, attempting to bite her. It rolls to hit. Apologies for the confusion. Let me roll for the large wolf's attack. The large wolf lunges towards Alara, its jaws snapping, but its attack misses as Alara quickly dodges out of the way, narrowly avoiding the bite. The wolf lets out a frustrated growl. It's now Finn's turn. What would Finn like to do? Apologies for the oversight. The large wolf rolled a 15 to hit Alara.
Oh,
As her AC is 15, the attack just barely hits. Finn, seeing the wolf lunging at Alara, quickly reacts and casts a spell. He raises his hands and releases a blast of energy towards the wolf.
Alright, I'm gonna... I gotta
Finn casts
correct
Eldritch Blast. I will roll for Finn's attack. Finn's Eldritch Blast hits the wolf. The blast of energy strikes the wolf's side, dealing 8 points of force damage. Gildrov, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Let's see.
Apologies for the oversight. Here is the roll for the large wolf. Attack roll for the large wolf. 17. The large wolf's bite attack has a +5 bonus to hit, and it rolled a 17, totaling 22. It successfully hits Alara. The large wolf's damage roll. 6. Alara takes 6 points of piercing damage from the wolf's bite. Now it's Finn's turn. What would Finn like to do? Apologies for the oversight. The large wolf rolled a 15 to hit Alara. As her AC is 15, the attack just barely hits. Finn, seeing the wolf lunging at Alara, quickly reacts and casts a spell. He raises his hands and releases a blast of energy towards the wolf.
Hang on.
Finn casts Eldritch Blast. I will roll for Finn's attack. Finn's Eldritch Blast hits the wolf. The blast of energy strikes the wolf's side, dealing 8 points of force damage. Gildrov, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
The large wolf is trying to attack Lara. Please show me what the large wolf rolls and any modifiers. Alright, let's try that again.
Apologies for the confusion. Let's backtrack and focus on rolling only for the large wolf. The large wolf rolls a 16 to hit Alara.
Okay, there we
With
go.
Alara's AC of 15, the wolf's attack successfully lands. Now, let's proceed with the turn order. It's Alara's turn,
Nope.
and you will roll for her attack against the
Still a
large
little
wolf.
confused. Wolf does and roll damage.
Apologies for the misunderstanding. Let's proceed with the wolf's turn. The large wolf lunges at Alara with a fierce bite. It rolls a 15 to hit and successfully sinks its teeth into Alara, dealing 8 points
It's a
of
little
piercing
confused,
damage.
but we'll take 8.
Now, it's Alara's turn. Please let me know what Alara will do in response to the wolf's attack.
Wait, it was 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reminder, the order is Ilara, large wolf, Finn, Geldroff, and Lyra. Ilara and the large wolf have gone. It's now Finn's turn. Finn would like to attack the wolf with his great sword.
Apologies for the confusion. Let's continue with Finn's turn. Finn charges forward with his great sword and swings it at the large wolf. Finn rolls a 17 to hit. The great sword connects, dealing 11 points of slashing damage to the wolf. Now it's Gildroff's turn. Please let me know what Gildroff would like to do.
Yes, I told you I would to do the rolls for Finn, Ilara, and Lyra. Remember, I would like to for Finn's attack.
Apologies for the confusion.
Thank you.
Please go ahead and roll for Finn's attack with his great sword.
It would not work out very well. So, cool. Finn rolled a 16 plus 4, which is a hit.
Finn's attack roll of 16 plus 4 is a total of 20. It hits the large wolf. Now please roll for Finn's damage with the great sword.
Rolled an 8 for damage. Cool beans. So 1, 2,
Finn's attack with the great sword deals 8 points of damage to the large wolf. The wolf lets out a pained yelp as the blade slashes through its fur and leaves a deep gash. It is now Gildroff's turn. What would Gildroff like to do?
Alright. I have spells. What's this? Ooh, I'm out in the sun and this gets an extra damage, so I'd kinda like to try this guy. Would like to use... I would like to use the cantrip Sacred Flame against the wolf. See if it tells me what to do. I'm actually not familiar with this one. It's not a regular.
Please roll for the attack with Sacred Flame.
How do I... How do I roll? Let's see if he's got an
Apologies for the
explanation.
confusion. Sacred Flame is a dexterity saving throw spell, so the target, in this case, the large wolf, needs to make a dexterity saving throw. The DC to beat is your spell's save DC, which is 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier. Please provide me with your spell's save DC and I will roll the dexterity saving throw for the large wolf.
Okay, which is... needs to make a dexterity saving throw. The DC to beat your... So in this case, I assume that's 10 then. So 10... my... right? Ten plus... so it's supposed to be... 1 second, let me look this up. One minute. That's not my question. None of this actually answers my question. Gosh darn it. I think I'm the only one who can actually do a spell too, which is frustrating, so it's not even like I can see... my dexterity saving throw, right? So isn't that just 1? Do I... I might be an idiot, but I'm just gonna ask.
To calculate your spell's save DC, you can use the following formula. Spell save DC equals 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier. For example, if your proficiency bonus is +2 and your wisdom modifier is +3, your spell save DC would be 8 plus 2 plus 3 equals 13.
I understand. Okay. Makes sense. I don't have a wisdom, so it is 10. Got it. Okay. My DC is 10.
Alright, with a DC of 10, the large wolf needs to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid the sacred flame.
Well, shit.
I will roll for the wolf's saving throw. Roll for the wolf's dexterity saving throw. Result. 14. The wolf successfully dodges the sacred flame and takes no damage. It is now Lyra's turn.
I would like to make a melee attack with her short sword. It shouldn't be this hard to kill one wolf.
Please go ahead and roll for Lyra's attack with her short sword.
Lyra rolled a 15, which is a hit. So I'm just gonna do her damage too. Yeah, it's a hit. And her damage roll was 4. So, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Lyra's attack with her short sword hits the large wolf, dealing 4 points of damage. The wolf lets out a yelp as the blade pierces its side. The battle continues as it's now the large wolf's turn again.
Lara's turn. So, let me see. I'm just gonna do it all in one go. Lara is going to move 20 feet away from the wolf and then attack with her longbow. For her hit roll, she gets an 18, and for her damage, she gets a 4. Let's see, it processes that, moves things along a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alara swiftly retreats from the wolf, creating distance between them. She pulls back her longbow, aiming carefully, and releases an arrow that finds its mark. The arrow pierces the wolf's hide, dealing 4 points of damage. The large wolf lets out a growl, visibly wounded but still standing. The battle continues, and now it's the large wolf's turn.
Please decide what the wolf does. I'm just gonna do that and see what happens. I was gonna specify more, like what to roll.
The large
but
wolf,
meh.
sensing the pain inflicted upon it, lets out a menacing howl. It gathers its strength and lunges towards Finn, attempting to bite him in retaliation. The wolf rolls a 15 to hit. Finn, being vigilant and prepared, manages to raise his shield just in time, deflecting the wolf's bite. The wolf's attack misses its mark, leaving Finn unharmed. The battle continues, and it's now Finn's turn to act.
Finn doesn't have a shield. He actually just wears chainmail armor.
Apologies for the confusion.
That works
In
for
that
me.
case, Finn relies on his swift reflexes and deft footwork to evade the wolf's bite. He manages to sidestep the attack, narrowly avoiding any harm. The battle continues, and it's now Finn's turn to act.
Heck yeah. Thanks for fixing that. Finn's going to do another melee attack with his greatsword. He rolled a 17 for his hit roll. And he rolled 7 damage. Oh, I might have frozen it. Oh.
Finn swings his great sword with precision, landing a solid hit on the wolf. The blade slashes through the air, slicing into the wolf's flank. The creature yelps in pain, its strength waning. It's Gildrof's turn now.
Brought the wolf to -1 health.
With a final swing of his mace, Gildrof delivers a crushing blow to the wounded wolf. The impact is powerful, and the wolf collapses to the ground, lifeless. The battle is won.
Having to correct my lot tonight.
Apologies for the confusion. With a swift and precise strike, Finn delivers a powerful blow with his great sword, slicing through the wolf's flesh. The wolf lets out a final howl before collapsing to the ground, lifeless. The battle is won.
Alright, we're gonna see how much XP we got.
Congratulations on defeating the wolf. As a level 2 party of 4, each member will receive 100 experience points for the encounter.
Whoa! We got 100. I know I'm not gonna do those guys, they just are gonna level up with me. Since they're his NPCs anyway. Great. I'd like to go ahead and try to get my gosh, I can't think. Great, I'd like to go ahead and try to get some resources from the dead wolf.
Certainly, you can attempt to gather resources from the wolf's body. Roll a nature check to see how successful you are in extracting useful materials from the creature.
No, I rolled a 4. Damn it.
With a roll of 4, your attempt to gather resources from the wolf's body proves unsuccessful. The wolf's hide is too damaged and its internal organs are not suitable for extraction. You do not obtain any useful materials from the creature.
I'd like to say to Lyra. I'd like to say to Lyra, I buggered this one up real bad. Do you think you can get anything off of it?
Lyra looks at the wolf's body and examines it briefly. She shakes her head and replies, "No, unfortunately. The wolf's hide is too torn and damaged to salvage anything useful. It seems we won't find any valuable resources from this one."
Oh, man. I wasted all my good rolls for things that didn't matter, like the bridge. You know what I'm feeling? Like, this is what he would be doing to me right now. That's the face he'd be making at me, is right there. I have a feeling he'd just enjoy my pain. So we'll have him like this for a little bit. Alright, if there's nothing left here, I'd like to go ahead and use Cure Wounds on Alara.
Oops, it seems like your message got cut off. Could you please provide the full information about what you would like to do next?
Yeah, sorry about that. I'd like to go ahead and cast Cure Wounds on Alara.
As a cleric, you have access to the spell Cure Wounds. To cast Cure Wounds on Alara, you need to roll a d8 to determine the amount of healing. Additionally, you can add your spellcasting modifier, which is your wisdom modifier, to the roll. Please roll a d8 to determine the healing amount for Cure Wounds. With a roll of 4 on the d8, plus your wisdom modifier, Alara is healed for a total of 6 hit points. Alara's wounds begin to close up, and she feels rejuvenated by your healing magic.
Well, not quite. His math isn't on point.
Apologies for the confusion. With a roll of 4 on the d8, plus your wisdom modifier, Alara is healed for a total of 4 hit points. While it may not be as much as you hoped for, Alara still feels some relief from her injuries.
I ate a spicy peanut. Okay, if there's nothing else here, I'd like to continue on our quest heading towards the Lost Temple of Wisdom.
As you continue on your quest, leaving the encounter behind, you venture further towards the Temple of Lost Wisdom. The path takes you through dense forests, across winding rivers, and up steep hills. Along the way, you encounter various challenges, such as navigating treacherous terrain, dealing with hostile creatures, and solving puzzles guarding ancient ruins. I'll need you to make a few rolls to determine how you handle these challenges and what you discover along the way. Let's start with a group survival check to see how well you navigate through the wilderness. Please roll a d20 and add your party's highest survival modifier.
So, rolled a 14. So he's got a 4. Lara's got a 4. She's got a 2. So it'd be 18. T's highest survival modifier is 4. So we got an 18.
With an 18 on the survival check, your party proves to be adept at navigating the wilderness. You manage to stay on the right path, avoiding potential hazards and making efficient progress towards the Temple of Lost Wisdom. As you journey deeper into the wilderness, you come across a rickety bridge spanning a rushing river. The bridge appears old and worn, its wooden planks creaking under the weight of those who dare to cross. To ensure a safe passage, I'll need each member of your party to make an individual dexterity saving throw to navigate the bridge without any mishaps. Please roll a d20 for each character and add the dexterity saving throw modifier.
Uh-oh.
Let's start with Gildroff's dexterity saving throw.
Well, shit, this isn't gonna be good. Oh, well, I'm fine. I don't know about everybody else, though. I have a feeling we're losing somebody down the river. Alara might be the one we lose. Oh boy. Yeah. We're definitely fishing Alara out. Oh, that's gonna suck.
Gildroff deftly traverses the rickety bridge with a dexterity saving throw of 19, maintaining his balance and steady footing throughout. Finn also manages to cross safely with a roll of 15, showing good agility. However, Alara struggles a bit, stumbling on the uneven planks and narrowly avoiding a fall. She barely manages to hold onto the bridge with a roll of 7. Lyra, on the other hand, gracefully makes her way across the bridge with an impressive dexterity saving throw of 18, demonstrating her nimbleness and skill. Alara's close call prompts the rest of the party to offer assistance. Finn and Gildroff extend their hands, providing support as Alara regains her balance and safely makes it to the other side. With the bridge successfully crossed, you continue your journey towards the Temple of Lost Wisdom. The path ahead leads you deeper into the dense forest, where whispers of forgotten knowledge seem to echo through the trees.
Okay, let's continue.
As you continue your journey through the dense forest, the air grows cooler and the sounds of wildlife become more distant. The path becomes less defined, with overgrown vegetation and fallen branches obstructing your way. The sunlight struggles to penetrate the thick canopy above, casting a dim, eerie glow over the surroundings. I would like each of you to make a perception check to see if you notice anything unusual or noteworthy in the area. Gildrov, please roll for perception.
I rolled a nat 1. Well, let's see, perception. Oh boy. Finn rolled a 10. Come on. Wow, we have an oblivious party. Rolled a 6. Alright, Lyra, you are our last hope. You have a huge modifier. Come on. That's my girl. Nat 20. And has a modifier of 6. Thank you, Lyra. You are our savior.
As you make your way through the forest, Gildrov, your attention is drawn to the intricate patterns on the bark of a nearby tree. Mesmerized by the designs, you find yourself momentarily lost in thought, completely unaware of your surroundings. Finn and Alara, you scan the area but don't notice anything out of the ordinary. The dense foliage and the eerie ambience make it challenging to spot any specific details. Lyra, however, your keen senses pick up on a faint rustling sound coming from a cluster of bushes nearby. Instinctively, you draw your weapons and signal to your companions that something is amiss. Suddenly, a group of goblins burst out from the bushes, wielding crude weapons and wearing tattered armor. They snarl and growl, clearly not expecting to be discovered so easily. Everyone, roll for initiative to determine the turn order in the upcoming combat encounter.
See, I knew this was gonna be him right here. Like, you see his face? I knew it. Alright, let's do Lyra first. Sweet. Heck yeah. Finn, you're struggling. Me too, probably. Yeah. Can I copy all these? No? Okay. Real quick, DM. How many goblins are there?
Apologies for the oversight. As you scan the area, you notice a total of 4 goblins emerging from the bushes. They appear to be ready for a fight, their beady eyes fixed on your group.
1 goblin, 2 goblin, 3 goblin, 4. All right. What is the What is a What is a level 2? Maybe we should do level 3. Well, no. No, you know what? Let's just do level 2. What is... are the goblins' ACs and hit points? I ask this because he gets math wrong sometimes, so this just helps keep it all clear.
The goblins have an armor class, AC, of 15, and each goblin has 7 hit points.
Please adjust for level 2. See if you can do that.
Adjusted for your level 2 party, the goblins have an armor class, AC, of 13, and each goblin has 9 hit points.
Doesn't make sense. DM. What does a level 2 goblin have for AC and hit points according to 5e rules?
Apologies for the confusion. In DnD 5e, a typical goblin at level 2 would still have an armor class, AC, of 15 and 7 hit points.
It was right, I was wrong. Sorry about that. Could you Tiv 4 Goblin 1 2 Goblin 3 Goblin 4. You know, maybe I won't even have him roll. I noticed there's this little roll thing here, so I think that's what I'll do. What is a level 2 goblin's initiative bonus?
A level 2 goblin would have a +2
So
initiative bonus, as it is based on the dexterity modifier.
I tell you what, so that's what we're gonna do. +2. +2. I think I'm doing this right. +2. +2. Cool. Okay. Hold for everyone's initiative, and the turn order will be as follows. Lyra, Goblin 1, Goblin 2, Ilara, Gildroth, Goblin 3, Finn, and Goblin 4. Since Lyra is first, she is going to move 30 feet away, make a ranged attack with her short bow. Let's see. Cool, she rolls a 16, which means she hits. Ranged attack with her short bow. I'm gonna say on Goblin 1. Goblin 1's a threat. On Goblin 1. He rolls a hit. Her hit roll is 16, and Damage roll is 5. Cool beans. 2, 3, 4,
Lyra's
5.
arrow finds its mark, striking Goblin 1 and dealing 5 points of damage. The goblin lets out a yelp of pain as the arrow embeds itself in its shoulder. Next up is Goblin 1's turn. It is furious at being attacked and charges towards Lyra, swinging its scimitar in an attempt to strike her. It rolls a 13 to hit. Does a 13 hit Lyra's AC?
Alright.
The goblin's scimitar swing narrowly misses Lyra as she deftly dodges out of the way. Next is Goblin 2's turn. It follows the lead of its companion and charges towards Lyra, also attempting to strike her with its scimitar. It rolls a 12 to hit. Does a 12 hit Lyra's AC?
Haha, sucks to be her.
The goblin's swing once again fails to hit Lyra as she skillfully dodges out of harm's way. Next up is Alara's turn. She will move closer to the goblin that attacked Lyra and make a melee attack with her longsword. Alara rolls a 17 to hit, and her damage roll is 6. Does the 17 hit the goblin's AC?
Lara is also going to move 30 feet away. Got a ranged attack at Goblin. Playing strategy a little bit here. At Goblin 3. Let's see what she gets. Her hit roll is a nat 1. That's pretty bad. Let me just make sure she doesn't have any feats that, Oh, wait, this is Lyra. I lied. I apologize. Nope. Wrong character. All hope is not lost. Make a ranged attack with her longbow. Yeah, see, Alara doesn't even have a short sword to attack with. Her hit roll is a 14. Damage is... Damn. 11. That brings 3's points to -3. Oh, wait, shoot, no, I lied.
Alara's arrow finds its mark as it pierces through the goblin's chest, causing it to collapse to the ground lifeless. Goblin 3 is defeated. Next up is Gildrov's turn. What would Gildrov like to do?
So Alara actually misses. Sorry about the mistake. Whoopsie. Back to 7 health you go.
No problem, mistakes happen. Alara's arrow narrowly misses the goblin, as it whizzes past its head.
Damn it.
The goblin remains unharmed. Now it's Gildrov's turn. What would Gildrov like to do?
Alright. So his cantrips didn't really work very well, because I don't get bonuses on, I don't get bonuses since it's a DC save, which kind of sucks. So... Wrong character. Let's do this one. And let me see what I can do here. What about spells? Oh, I don't know. I would nuke the goblin. I don't need to nuke the goblin. Alright, I'm just gonna make a melee attack. I'd like to make a melee attack on Goblin 3. Boom. My hit roll was 9, so I missed.
Gildroth swings his weapon, but unfortunately, his attack misses the nimble goblin. The goblin snickers in response, taunting Gildroth. Next is Finn's turn. What action does Finn take?
Just a moment here. I'm gonna answer you there. Yeah. So I answered you in chat, Xanderfell, and welcome. But it does make mistakes here and there. But honestly, I'd say it makes about as many mistakes as actual people do. Like, sometimes he gets the math wrong, or sometimes he forgets that there's an extra goblin. He is more accurate with how specific I am. So if I keep things specific and I give him reminders once in a while on the context, like where we are, what we're fighting, yada yada yada, he does better. So what I've done is for the NPC party members he gave me, I actually have their own character sheets so that I can roll on their behalf and keep track. And then when we get into an encounter, I do ask him how many enemies, what the ACs and hit points of those enemies are, and I go ahead and put it in the initiative tracker here. That lets me keep track of all of that good stuff. Like, for example, right here, I had actually made a mistake earlier and thought one of the goblins was dead. I was incorrect. I had to correct myself. But, Gildroth here, or, the ChatGPT, because of my mistake, has forgotten that Goblin 3 actually gets a turn, a chance to hit, before Finn does. And that's why I have the initiative tracker. But overall, I think it does an incredibly good job, especially for solo D&D. I mean, it's still, you have no idea what the ChatGPT is going to do sometimes. And it's pretty good. It's pretty awesome. Alright. So I'm just going to let him know that it's Goblin 3's turn.
Apologies for the confusion. It's Goblin 3's turn. The goblin, angered by the missed attacks, charges towards Gildroth with its scimitar in hand. The goblin rolls a 16 to hit. Gildroth, what is your armor class, AC?
I have a massive AC of 20, which is pretty awesome.
The goblin's scimitar swings at you, but your enhanced durability shield and sturdy armor easily deflect the attack, leaving you unharmed. The goblin's attack fails to penetrate your defenses. It's now Finn's turn.
So here's a great example of how advanced the AI actually is. I've actually enhanced my shield 2 times now, and it is a enhanced durability shield. But it remembers that. It remembers from back when I was in the city, and I asked to find a blacksmith and upgrade the durability of the shield and all that. So that's really cool. And it also sometimes, he hasn't done it in a little while, will remind us as the players that the DM gets to make the rules, yada yada yada. And then I remind him that he is the DM, so I ask him for what the rules are, and he will make them, and for the most part, stick to them, which is pretty cool. I have noticed today, and I don't know why, He has been skipping ahead in a couple of things, like just kind of assuming. Honestly, it almost feels like a human DM if they want to rush you to their story point. And so I had to remind him that, hey, as a player, I want to play this. Let me play these like challenges and whatnot. And so he has adjusted and slowed down a bit, which is nice. All right, and now it is indeed Finn's turn. We're gonna have Finn do a melee attack because that's all he's good for. He rolls a 14. Alright. Finn rolls a 14. Therefore, he misses. Because, let me double check. Yeah, the goblin's AC is 15. I'm gonna also just specify Finn goes to attack Goblin 3 with his greatsword. And therefore he misses.
Finn swings his great sword at Goblin 3, but the nimble creature manages to dodge the attack, narrowly avoiding Finn's blade. The attack misses its mark. It's now Goblin 4's turn.
Go ahead and choose what Goblin 4 does.
Goblin 4, seeing the party's resilience, decides to take a defensive stance and readies its rusty short sword to defend itself against any incoming attacks. Goblin 4 takes the dodge action, granting it advantage on dexterity saving throws until the start of its next turn. It prepares to fend off the party's assaults. Now it's Finn's turn.
See, here's a small mistake. It has a hard time with turn order sometimes, but that's okay. I'm just going to remind him real quick. The turn order is Lyra the Rogue. I need to spell right. Goblin 1. Goblin 2. Ilara. Yildroth. Goblin 3. Finn. And Goblin 4. This is how we teach it. If Goblin 4 just went, it is now Lyra's turn. She's going to make a... she's going to back up another 30 feet away from the goblins. Let me see. Staying out of melee reach. Then she's going to make a ranged attack with her short bow. She rolls a 7 and misses. Oh, I need to specify who she's attacking to. Ranged attack at Goblin 1. Boom. Yeah, so like I said, the more specific I am, the better it will be.
Lyra moves further away from the goblins, keeping her distance, and takes a shot with her shortbow at Goblin 1. However, her aim is slightly off, and the arrow flies wide, missing the goblin. Now it's Goblin 1's turn.
Go ahead and decide what Goblin 1 does. Just remember that Ilara should be approximately 30 feet away from Goblin 1. Well, actually I'll edit that. Go ahead and decide what Goblin 1 does, but remember Ilara should... One second. Should be out 60 feet. Oh, I'm being silly. See, this is my human error. It's not Elara, it's Lyra. Should be about 60 feet away from the goblins. Therefore, they won't be able to make melee attacks against her. And then I'm gonna let them know that Elara is 30 feet away from the goblins. And Finn and Gildroth are in melee range of the goblins. Please only choose Goblin one's action for right now.
Understood. Goblin 1, frustrated by Lyra's elusive movements, decides to close the distance with the nearest threat, which is Finn. It charges forward, brandishing its scimitar, and attempts to make a melee attack against Finn. Goblin 1 rolls a 13 to hit. What is Finn's AC?
Alright, Finn's AC is 16!
Goblin 1 swings its scimitar at Finn, but Finn manages to block the attack with his great sword, deflecting the blow. The scimitar clangs against the sturdy blade, and Goblin 1's attack is unsuccessful. The turn order is as follows: Lyra, Goblin 1, Goblin 2, Elara, Gildroth, Goblin 3, Finn, and Goblin 4. It's now Goblin 2's turn. What will Goblin 2 do?
So this is an example of him learning from a correction that I made earlier. It did take, I believe, 2 corrections, but now he's starting to understand the turn order. Go ahead and decide what Goblin 2 does.
Goblin 2, seeing its companion engaged in combat with Finn, decides to take advantage of the situation. It rushes towards Finn and attempts to strike him with its scimitar. Goblin 2 rolls a 19 to hit.
Damn.
Finn's AC is 16, so the attack hits. Goblin 2 deals 4 points of slashing damage to Finn. Finn's hit points are reduced to 8. The turn order remains the same. Lyra, Goblin 1, Goblin 2, Elara, Gildroth, Goblin 3, Finn, and Goblin 4. It's now Alara's turn. What will Elara do?
Quick correction. Finn's max hit points are 23. After taking 4 damage, he is now at 19 hit points. And, you know, ChatGPT doesn't have access technically to the internet, the current internet, so he doesn't have access to like these character sheets or anything like that. And that's why I've written them down to make sure that things stay consistent. Well, I haven't written them, but put them on D&D and Beyond. Alright. Whose turn is it? It is Elara's turn, as he mentioned, so Elara will also move back another 30 feet, making herself now 60 feet away from the goblins. She then make a ranged attack at Goblin 3 with her longbow. Let's see what she gets. Wow, she gets 24. Her hit roll is 24. I'm still shook by her, like, ability to hit. Heck yeah. And she deals 8 damage. So this is where we're gonna go back. Goblin 3. Goblin 3's hit points have been hit points are now at -1. Let's see how he takes that.
Apologies for the error in Finn's hit points. Thank you for the correction. Alara, now positioned 60 feet away, takes aim at Goblin 3 with her longbow. With a precise shot, she lands a hit, dealing 8 damage. Goblin 3's hit points reach -1, and it falls to the ground defeated. The turn order remains the same, and it's now Gildrof's turn. What will Gildrof do?
He's getting really good at the turn order now because he's repeating it, and that's good. Would like to make a melee attack. My one-handed mace against Goblin 4. By telling him what weapons you're using and whatnot, it really helps him. If I don't want to describe the action in full, it helps him fill in the gaps, which is, let me tell you, very nice. So let's see if I can land a hit. Oh, I just barely land a hit. Okay. I roll. My hit roll is 15, which just barely hits Goblin 4. Let's see how much damage I do. Ooh, I do 8 damage. Oh, it's frozen. Give me just a second here. It has an AC of 15. However, I do roll for 8 damage, which reduces Goblin 4's health to -1.
Gildrof, determined to take down the remaining goblin, swings his one-handed mace with precision. His hit roll of 15 manages to connect with Goblin 4, dealing a powerful blow. The impact of the strike reduces Goblin 4's health to -1, causing it to collapse to the ground defeated. With all the goblins vanquished, the immediate threat has been eliminated. The turn order is now complete, and you can take a moment to assess the situation. What would you like to do next?
Still alive. It's Finn's turn to do something. He's going to make a melee attack on Goblin 1. Let's see what he gets. We're gonna roll. He makes a hit roll of 11 and misses.
Apologies for the oversight. Finn, determined to contribute to the battle, charges towards Goblin 1 with his great sword. However, his swing narrowly misses, leaving Goblin 1 unscathed. It is now Goblin 2's turn. The goblin, seeing its allies fall, becomes more aggressive. It lunges forward, attempting to strike Finn with its rusty short sword. Goblin 2 rolls a 14 to hit, but Finn's armor proves effective as the attack glances off his chainmail, resulting in no damage. The turn order remains the same, and it is Alara's turn. What would she like to do?
And now it lost itself again because we killed a couple of the goblins. Current turn is Lyra, Goblin 1, Goblin 2, Ilara, Gildra, and Finn. Because Goblin 3 and 4 have been defeated. Cool. So, Lyra is going to make a ranged attack on Goblin 1 with her short bow. Let's see if she can hit. Her hit roll is 12 and she misses.
Apologies for the confusion. It is indeed Lyra's turn. Lyra carefully aims her shortbow at Goblin 1 and releases an arrow,
Okay, so
but it
Finn
narrowly
takes-
misses the target, sailing past the Goblin without causing any harm. Now it's Goblin 1's turn. The Goblin, seeing its chance to strike back, lunges at Finn with its short sword. Goblin 1 rolls a 19 to hit, successfully landing a strike against Finn. Finn takes 4 points of damage as the blade cuts through his armor. Next up is Goblin 2's turn. This Goblin, seeing its companion's attack, also goes for a strike against Finn. However, its attack misses as it swings wide, unable to connect with its short sword. The turn order remains the same, and it is now Alara's turn.
Yes.
What would she like to do?
So let's go ahead. Lara is going to make another ranged attack at Goblin 2. Her hit roll is... boom. Her hit roll is 9. So she misses.
Alara quickly pulls an arrow from her quiver and aims her longbow at Goblin 2. Unfortunately, her shot goes wide and misses the mark, as the arrow flies past the Goblin harmlessly. Next up is Gildrof's turn. What would he like to do?
Roll is alright, let's see. So I'm saying I would like to make a melee attack against Goblin 2 with my one-handed mace. Heck yeah! My roll is 22, and my damage is... be good. It's 7. Goblin 2's HP is now at 0. Pretty sure. Yeah.
Gildrof, determined to take down the remaining Goblin, swings his one-handed mace with precision and strikes Goblin 2 squarely. The impact is strong enough to knock the Goblin unconscious, and it falls to the ground, defeated. With both Goblins defeated, the battle comes to an end. The area grows quiet once again, save for the soft rustling of the surrounding forest. What would you like to do next?
He will make a melee attack against Goblin 1. Let's see what Finn gets. Heck yeah! Finn rolls a 21 for hit and 13 for damage. Now, Goblin 1's HP is what? Negative something or other? Oh boy. Negative 11. Then please make an epic last strike for Finn against this goblin. We'll see what he comes up with. That deserves an epic final move.
Finn, fueled by his determination and frustration at the relentless Goblin, channels all his strength into one final strike. With a mighty swing of his great sword, he cleaves through Goblin 1 with unparalleled force. The goblin's body is rent in two, and it falls lifeless to the ground, its threat finally extinguished. The battle is over, and the air hangs heavy with the scent of victory. The party stands amidst the fallen goblins, their chests heaving from the intensity of the fight. Congratulations on your hard-fought victory.
That was pretty
What would you like
good.
to do next?
DM, how much experience did we get for defeating 4 level 2 goblins? Let's see. I didn't get hit at all.
Defeating 4 level 2 grams. Goblins would typically award a total of 800 experience points, 200 XP per goblin. However, since you're a party of 4, you'll each receive an equal share of the experience. Therefore, each party member would gain 200 experience points for their contribution to the battle. Keep track of your individual experience points as you progress through your adventures.
Great, thank you. I would like to check the 4 goblins' bodies to see what armor, weapons, loot, and items each of them may have.
Upon searching the bodies of the 4 goblins, you find the following. Goblin 1, leather armor, lightly damaged, rusty shorts worth 2 gold pieces. Goblin 2, tattered cloth tunic, crude wooden shield, small sack containing 5 silver pieces. Goblin 3, leather armor, partially torn, jagged dagger, 3 copper pieces. Goblin 4, worn hide armor, rusty shortbow, 10 arrows, 2 copper pieces. Please note that the armor and weapons are in poor condition and may require repair or replacement if you wish to use them.
Alright, well if they require repair, I don't want to lug them around. I'd like to take the money off of all the goblins and give Ilara and Lyra 5 arrows each to replenish what they used in battle. Alright, we'll stop playing the spooky music because that's all done.
You collect a total of 2 gold pieces, 5 silver pieces, and 5 copper pieces from the goblins. Additionally, you distribute 5 arrows each to Lara and Lyra to replenish their ammunition. Make sure to update your inventory accordingly. Is there anything else you would like to do at this time?
Well fought, my friends. I say after a battle like that, we deserve a rest. Let's make camp.
With the goblins defeated and the sun setting, you decide to make camp and rest for the night. You find a suitable spot nearby, away from the goblin encounter site, and begin setting up your camp. You gather firewood, set up tents or bedrolls, and take turns keeping watch throughout the night to ensure everyone's safety. As you settle down around the campfire, you share stories of your recent adventures and enjoy a well-deserved rest. The crackling fire provides warmth and comfort, and the sounds of nature surround you. During the night, your rest is undisturbed, and you wake up the next morning feeling refreshed and ready to continue your journey. Is there anything specific you would like to do or discuss during your time at the camp?
We'll see if he gets this right. I think it's been some weeks since I spent time with the sage, but I want to see what he says.
Since you started the campaign with Gildrov, it has been 2 eventful days filled with encounters, exploration, and battles. You've faced challenges, uncovered clues about the Amulet of Eternity, and successfully defeated a group of goblins. Time flies quickly when on an adventure. As you wake up on the 3rd day of your journey, the sun rises over the horizon, signaling the start of a new day filled with possibilities. What would you like to do next?
A night in Valeria. Then I spent 2 nights in the... No, 3 nights. Well, it's 2 nights in the Enchanted Grove, 1 night in Tranquil Blade, 2 nights in Valeria again. A week with the sage, and now a night here. How many days is that? I'm gonna count 2 and see. So Whispering Woods, Valencia, Enchanted Grove,
Apologies for the confusion earlier. Based on the information you provided, the number of days since you started with Gildrov is as follows. Night in the Whispering Woods. 1 day night in Valeria. 1 day 2 nights in the Enchanted Grove. 2 days 1 night in Tranquil Glade. 1 day 2 nights in Valeria. 2 days 1 week with the Sage. 7 days night in the current camp. 1 day adding all those days together, it has been a total of 15 days since you began your journey with Gildrov. Time has passed, and your party has experienced various events and locations along the way.
Could you do a quick recap of everything that has happened in the campaign so far? Try and make it only... Let's see what he says. I don't know if he can backtrack that far or if he's only going to do today's events.
Certainly. Here's a quick recap of the events that have taken place in the campaign so far. You started your journey in the Whispering Woods, encountering a mysterious old woman who gave you a cryptic message. You traveled to the city of Valeria and learned about the Temple of Lost Wisdom and its hidden treasures. You investigated the dilapidated bridge and determined it was safe to cross.
Alright, yeah.
You encountered and defeated a large wolf that was blocking your path.
I'm gonna stop him right there. So he is confused with the past couple of days of play and today, but that's okay. Correction. My journey started at the... No, I'm gonna tell him. Correction. My journey started at the request of High Priestess Alana, who sent me into the Whispering Woods to find lost adventurers who were seeking the Amulet of Eternity. While in the Whispering Woods, I was attacked by some goblins. I managed to defeat them and later find the missing adventurers who were Finn, the fighter, Lyra, the rogue, and Elara, the ranger. I took them back with me to the city of Valeria to speak with High Priestess Alana. I told her of my experiences in the Whispering Woods, finding a mysterious magic orb that left behind a box full of ancient scrolls and a vial of golden liquid. She called together a council meeting to try and decipher the texts, but all they could tell us were it was all tied to the Amulet of Eternity. She named me as their champion to find the amulet and asked Finn, Lyra, and Ilara to accompany me. She gave us a map, giving us 3 locations where the amulet may be, which was the Enchanted Grove, the Lost Temple of Wisdom, and the Thundering Peaks. We decided to check the Enchanted Grove first. For most of our journey in the Enchanted Grove, it was uneventful. Eventually, though, we did come across another group claiming to be adventurers. We later found that the group members Darius, the fighter, Sylvis, the archer, Talon, the tracker, and Arya, the mage, were actually mercenaries sent by a wealthy nobleman trying to get the artifact located in the Enchanted Grove. We were able to defeat them, though Arya the mage got away. Lyra went after her. We interrogated the 3 mercenaries we did manage to catch, and later caught up with Lyra, and were able to capture Arya as well. We found a stone structure that inside looked to be built by dwarves, and found the artifact Heartstone. We also found another mysterious magic orb, but we decided to leave it to not disturb the balance of nature. We once again returned to Valeria to speak with the High Priestess, Alana, bringing our captives and handing them over to the guards. We then set out to see a renowned sage. After speaking with the sage and learning much, we decided to head to the Temple of Lost Wisdom. Along the way, we faced against a large wolf as well as goblins, and now we are setting up camp. So now I'm quickly going to go through and make sure everything's right in there. We're going to stop that goblin music. You stop it. Spring, what's the amulet? I mainly want to make sure the spelling is correct. Trying to pronunciate their names overzealously in order to make sure it's spelled right. Like Alana has 2 N's in it. And right here, ambulance. Oh boy, imagine trying to explain that one in a D&D campaign. Why is there an ambulance? And asked Finn, who the hell is Andy? And Lyra to accompany me. She gave us... And his name was Silvas. Okay. Able to defeat Arya the Mage. So Lyra went after her. Caught up with... Okay, to catch and later caught up with Lyra. Arya as well. Not doing capitalizations. He knows. Set out to the renowned States. Cool. And that's, so I'm gonna copy it just in case. And that's what we're sending. It might take a minute, that was a long one.
High Priestess Alana appointed you as the champion and tasked you, along with Finn, Lyra, and Alara, to find the Amulet of Eternity. She provided you with a map highlighting 3 potential locations: the Enchanted Grove, the Lost Temple of Wisdom, and the Thundering Peaks. Your first destination was the Enchanted Grove. While exploring the grove, you encountered a group of mercenaries posing as adventurers. After a battle, you captured 3 of the mercenaries, but Arya the Mage managed to escape. Lyra pursued and eventually captured her. Within the Enchanted Grove, you discovered a stone structure built by dwarves and found the artifact known as the Heartstone. You also encountered another mysterious magic orb, but decided not to disturb it. Returning to Valeria, you handed over the captured mercenaries to the guards and shared the news of your findings with High Priestess Alana. Seeking further knowledge, you visited a renowned sage who provided valuable information and insights. Now, your party is heading towards the Temple of Lost Wisdom, facing encounters with a large wolf and goblins along the way. You have set up camp to rest and recuperate before continuing your journey towards the final temple. Apologies again for any confusion caused, and thank you for the additional details. You are welcome. I'm glad I could help clarify the recap for you. Pausing the game for the night sounds like a good idea. If you have any more questions or need assistance in the future, feel free to reach out. Have a great night and enjoy your gaming session. As an AI language model, I don't have personal experiences or preferences, so the name Verithus was not chosen by me. It's possible that it was a random name generated by the system or input by a previous user in a different context. Names generated in AI-generated text are often arbitrary and do not carry any specific meaning or significance. If you have any other questions or need further assistance, feel free to ask. Apologies for any confusion. As an AI language model, I don't have personal experiences or a unique identity as Verithas.